Welcome to another Tuesday night live Q&A with me, Leon BARTROPP. It's the first time that you visited this channel, you like this type of videos, then what normally happens is for about 45 minutes to an hour, myself and the community, what we do is we try and answer your carp fishing questions and queries to help put more fish on the bank for you. So welcome to the live. Just waiting for a few people to come in. Oh, we've got 5 in the house now. Here we go, a few people coming in. Evening, Colin Osborne. Good to see you, mate. Evening, Graham the Dodge Green. Hope you're well. Had a good Christmas. David Bell, hi. A few more people coming in now. Evening, the Welsh carp catchers. Not too bad, Colin. Not too bad. I'm out on the bank with Sandhurst tonight. No luck as yet. It's quite cold, the water temperature, although it has gone up a little bit. It was, when I arrived earlier on this afternoon, it's 4.5 degrees. It's actually gone up to 5 degrees. I've just checked it a minute ago. And it was, it's actually gone up half a degree. So we're going to have a bit more of a warmer weather tonight. It's going to be, I think it's about 7 or 8 this evening, with a little bit of rain later on, cloud cover. It's just going to be a lot more milder, that's for certain. Look at him, he's in there. He's tucked away, he is. He's tucked away out of it. Yeah, dog's good, look, I'll show you, look. There he is. He's all tucked away, bless him. Bless his little cottons, eh? Dog's good, Luke. He's good. Evening, Aaron Paul, good to see you, mate. Yeah, Colin Osborne saying it was 8 degrees tonight on his drive home. We've had a couple of cold days, wasn't it? The weekend was a little bit warmer up until Sunday. Saturday night was cold, wasn't it, with that wind, that easterly wind. But tonight, it's a little bit warmer. It's a little bit more milder. We're getting cold again tomorrow. Pete Fuller says, evening on, how long would you leave a PVA bag out? Depend what's in the PVA bag. If it's like crumb and a few bits and pieces and crushed boilies as well and that, I'd probably just leave it out there all night. Yes, Graham, definitely. And he should be. This one is the blue one. This one's not available yet. Will be soon though. This is the navy. I'll put a bit more light on it. I don't know if you can see it. This is like a navy colour. Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice and fitting. Got the hoodie that goes up. Hi Raymond Ellis, good to see you, mate. 53 people in the house, that's good. Yes, for people who like the darker colours, well, you've got the charcoal one, and this is like a blue. So, Luke Wicks says, have I fished in Rib Valley in Hertfordshire? I haven't, unfortunately. Nick Minter, evening to you as well, sir. Yeah, we're good tonight. We're out fishing, so life is good. Yeah, good around the neck. Look, you got a good. I mean, I'm very particular about hoodies and that because I get a lot of headaches. Also, with the hats I wear, that's why I have to wear this slouch beanie because it's nice and slouchy, so to speak. But yeah, you get a lot of room around the neck. Yeah, charcoal one is nice. I mean, the guys on here, there's plenty of guys on here who bought the charcoal ones. You know, they can tell you how good it is. Hi Gardy. Yeah, I mean, I love Sandhurst. It's probably my most favourite day ticket water in the country. Yeah, well, I think they're good quality. It's up to you guys if you think they're good quality as well. Graham the Dodge Green said, what's the strangest thing you found on the bank? A plastic leg. Jamie Woodcock asks, I see your last video you were using particles. Don't use it all year round and why? I don't tend to use it in the summer months. I like boilies in the summer months. I tend to put a lot of powders, a lot of liquids in my boilies and let that evolve into the water column. In the winter, I want something which is a lot more, which they can digest really well in the winter. So not as many boilies and more particle. Evening Joe, Josh Divisor. Aaron Paul says the charcoal hoodies are good. Don't forget guys, if you want one of these, they're on the website www.leoncarper.com. You can find hoodies, hats, mugs, loads of stuff. Two-man chub sidefish. Yeah, I mean they look okay. They're a pram hood bivvy, aren't they, Mandy Hunt? They're not bad. Hi Oak Carp, good to see you. Ben Osborne says, do you think it's better than linear? You've got a lot more choice at linear. I'd say linear is probably a better group of lakes. You get a lot more choice there. You can go and fish all different types of lake depending on what your sort of how your fishing is really. David Grenfell, good to see you. Ian Smith, any more news on the social? I believe the guy's coming down tomorrow, so I'll chat to him more then. Andy Goers caught a barrel of a gun once while fishing. Carp on me, so Leon, do you glug with GLM, liver powder, your pop-ups? Yes, I do sometimes. I tend to find I like to do my freebies with the GLM or the at this time of year anyway. In the summer, yes, definitely grillet mussel and the liver powder. Definitely in the summer. I glug in the spring. I glug them up, made a little paste and put it around them, then mesh them up. In the winter, I prefer to use things like talin, that type of thing for me pop-ups. No problem, Andy. Dominic Carter says, do we get a free Mrs. B curry with every purchase? Well, I will put it to her, Dominic, but I don't think you're going to have any joy. Bait King 1, evening to you as well. Luke Wick said, it's Sandhurst Lake. I'm on. I'm good, Godwin Carper. Good to see you in as well, mate. I'm fishing the car park swims. Probably my most favourite, this and the bailiffs, probably my most two favourite swims on the on Sandhurst. Talking about mugs as well, like on me thing. Unfortunately, schoolboy error. I washed my mug up last trip, put it down by the side, I didn't bring it with me. So I'm using, this is what I found in the back of the van. This is what's got my cup of tea in it, look. What's the strangest thing you guys have ever had to have a brew in because you've left your mug at home? Put some answers in there. What's the strangest thing, like pot noodle pot or whatever it is? What's the strangest thing? There will be some more soon, Ian. I'll give you some more details soon. A sock. Jeremy Topley says, I like it. Craig Donahue says, hi Leon, thanks for the tip on the merino wool socks this winter and a day on the River 7 Sunday, feet warm and toasty, definitely. Was there a natural fibre? Merino wool has got mostly a natural fibre in it, the ones that you can buy. I mean, it's sheep after all, and they don't get cold, do they? Washed out baked bean can, Nick Minter says he used for a brew once. Old pop-up pots, nutty fruity tea, love it Dominic, love it. Empty pop-up tube, baking one, baked bean can, yeah, Jess Filter says. Pot noodle carton, Cy Davies. Pop-up tub, Ben Osborne. Pop-up tub, it was bloody awful, Carl Inston says. I can imagine, God, you'd have all those different flavours going on there. Imagine if you glugged it with salmon oil as well. Oh. Gardy says, if you could fish with any carp angler, past or present, who would it be? Oh, I'd like to fish with Chris Yates or that little crew. I think they were the Redmere Carp Catchers Club or something, about 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Something like that, you know, with their split canes and using sweet corn on a float around Redmere. I'd love to be able to go back and do that type of fishing rather than all these rods and reels and buzzers and all that. Someone must have used their carp dog's bowl for a brew, I reckon, Dominic. You've got to be right. I didn't think of that. That would have been the next step if I didn't find that. Sean Saunders, evening to you, mate. Graham Dodge Green said he tried a PVA bag once for a coffee. I don't think that went down well, did it? Hi Andrew Crosley, hi Leon, he's out in the bank. Is it cold? How's the carp dog? Carp dog's good, he's in there. Look, I'll give you a little show of him. Not too cold, a bit warmer tonight. Look, that's what he does best, doesn't he, guys? That's what the carp dog does best. That's what he does best. Sleep. Sleep. Unless there's food about, then he's bang on it. Bang on it. Evening, Paul Jarvis, good to see you. Yeah, Colin Osborne, schoolboy. I should have always carry a spare in the van, but I don't. Edward Clark Hassel says, what bait using now? Urban? No, I haven't used Urban for a couple of years, I suppose. SSP baits all season I've been using this year. Yeah, I bet that didn't go down well, mate. All over your legs with your PVA bag for your coffee, Graham. Dominic Carter's out tomorrow. It's supposed to be 11 degrees in Sussex. Blimey, that is so up and down, this weather, isn't it? I mean, to me, it's affecting the fishing. It really is. It's up and down, but you can take advantage. If you're fishing the shallow lakes, you can take advantage of those couple of warm days. That temperature definitely rises, and then fish definitely switch on. It's a good opportunity, I reckon. Evening Carp Fishing Dreams. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you in here. The Welsh Carp Catcher says, I love the look he gives you every time you disturb me. He looks at me to say, oh, right, okay, I'm going back to sleep. Yeah, Godalming Carper, his club water tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Let us know how you get on in the next live feed, Godalming Carper. Norfolk Carper says, all right, Leon, when you come into Norfolk fishing loads of lakes here, love to. It's just finding the time for everything. I'd love to go to some of the lakes you guys fish, meet up and that, but I just don't get the time. Zigs, I wish I was on Zigs, Mike. I wish I was, but this is only where I'm fishing, is only 7 foot deep, and you can't use Zigs on here anyway. Dominic Carter's lake is about 5 foot deep. Rest of the week cold, so I'm hoping they decide to need the feed tomorrow. Yeah, could well do. 5 feet, that's probably the ideal depth for winter. 5 feet, 4 feet. Because when you get these little warm spells, to take advantage. Evening the BMX, 102 people in the house tonight. Good to see you all. Appreciate you all giving up your Tuesday evenings to come and listen to me rattling on. But then again, it's part of the community, isn't it? And we help each other with questions and queries and things like that. I'm amazed at how many questions actually get answered in these live feeds that we do by not me, by other guys giving their opinions. It's brilliant. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Andy Gale says, how many syndicates do you belong to? I belong to 2. Ian Smith says, Leon, his lake is 12 to 13 foot deep. What depth you start at for Zigs? I would start 2 foot. The highest one in the water would be 2 foot below the surface, then 3 foot, and then I'd have a random one like 7 foot mid water. No fish, George. No fish at all, mate. You know how to massage the confidence? Well, you've got to be confident, haven't you, Dominic? You've got to be confident when you go fishing. Otherwise, what's the point of going? It definitely helps to be confident in what you're doing. Doesn't matter what hook you use, what bait you use, they all catch fish. But if it's a bait and a hook and a rig and a setup, even the reels you use, even the rods you use, even the stainless you look at, if it makes you feel good, you've got confidence in it, it's going to put more fish on the bank for you. I'm telling you. I haven't seen a single fish yet. Plenty of black chickens, plenty of these little dastardly things, the old black chickens. Mike Blake says, forgot to say, buddy, Warriors Old School is the best school hoodie today. On his driving lesson today, super warm. Yeah, they're not bad, are they, Mike? They're not bad hoodies for the money. No problem, Ian. Mandy Hunt says, ever fished Wasing Estate in Reading? No, I have never had the opportunity to fish there. Mark Charles, good to see you, mate. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. The Carp Dog says hello as well. Little shout out to Courtney Wall tonight. Evening, Simon Wall, good to see you. Evening, Sean Castle. Peter Fuller says, why do they ban Zigs on some lakes? It could be because they're weedy, and it's just, if everyone uses them, sometimes you get a lot of foul-hooked fish trailing, and it's not really good when you've got lots of weed. Oh, look who's come out. Look who's come out for the evening. He must have thought there was food about, or there's someone else here. He must have thought I was talking to someone for him to come out, because he never comes out. Tyrant Fisheries, I've heard of that, it's Noble. Jet Ski Jimmy, thank you very much, mate. Says good luck tonight. Plant Stress says, hi Leon, his local lake is only 4 foot the deepest, and it's all silt, has some big 30s in it, How would you start your campaign if on this type of lake? At this time of year, I'd probably bait a few spots. I'd look for these warmer little spells like tonight or tomorrow, and if you can, if you're not at work, try and get out over a weekend or a night during the week where you get a little bit of warm weather, or a couple of days of warmer weather. And you should see him moving about. Get up trees, look down, get your Polaroids on, have a good look. The carp dog's out, he's moving about everywhere. He's having a good sniff around. Might have to give him a little treat. Look, I'll give the carp dog a treat. Let's have a look. Watch this, guys, look, you'll like this. Even Jason, right, look. One of his treats, look. Up you come, watch. Remember we did this the last live feed, watch. Watch this. Watch, look. Oh, I can't touch it or he'll bite me. Go on then, go on. In the end, you've got to let him have it or you'll get bitten. Yeah, it's alive. Big shout out to Kiani still. He's just 11-year-old and he's obsessed with carp fishing. Good for you, it's better than Xbox every time. Let's get back to some of these messages. Look at him, like, yeah, he don't do nothing, right? Then when you get food out, or someone else comes along, and you go and touch his food, mate, he's on you straight away. Yorkshire Gold, that's what I've got now. Got to be carp, but that's what's in there, the Yorkshire Gold. Alex Booth, good to see you, mate. Thanks for popping in. Have a good evening. Yeah, mind my fingers, Paul Jarvis, definitely. Jet Ski Jimmy says can't make his mind up whether to get a third rod. If it allows a third rod on the water you're fishing, you just upped your percentages chance of getting more fish, haven't you? Evening Ian Chaddock. Evening Gareth Price, good to see you, mate. 131 people in here tonight, wow. Jamie Woodcock says he's fishing a 2-acre lake, very low stock. Would you use a lot of bait, particle or boilies? This time of year, I'd probably use chop boilies and particle. And just bait little spots and just look for where you can see them. If you can see your spots, underneath trees or whatever this time of year, in snags, feed them a bit of bait, see what they're eating. Brian Mills, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Are you out fishing, Brian? Are you out? It would be awesome, Dave, wouldn't it? But the old iPad would go up in the air. It's Noble said, should you fish tight lines every time you fish? I try and fish as much as possible slack lines. I just like to fish them nice and slack, as low at the bottom as possible. I always use a fluorocarbon leader if I can get away with it. The rules allow. I just like to keep everything low on a semi-tight line. Mike Swift, evening. George Nutribait's team says, what rig would you use in deep seal? I would use like a pattern oyster type of rig. Paul Pocket, good to see you. He's just popped in. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Mike Swift says, even Leon, shout out to the excessive carper who's on the live feed on YouTube. Hannes, good to see you, mate. I've never seen him so active. He's up here, he's licking the iPad now. Don't know what his game is. He's licking the iPad, he's moving about. He's going to get burnt by the cooker. Don't know what his game is tonight. Well, you want to go out? You want to go out? Ah, that's what it is. That's what it is. He wants to go out for a whittle. That's what it is. Brian Mills not out fishing. He's got problems with his knee. Sorry to hear that, Brian. Hope you feel better, mate. Yeah, I forgot my mug, Simon. This is what I found in the back of the van. Schoolboy error. Forgot my mug. Gareth Price says bait screw or tie your baits on. It all depends. Bait screw, if you can get away with it, it's just a lot easier, isn't it? Yeah, Mike, I know they do. They're very protective over their food dogs, aren't they? He does nothing, and then he's protective over his food. Carp Fun TV, good to see you. And he's in Poland, blimey. Do you have an example of a rig you should use in silt? George says. If it's real deep silt, then why not go with a long either nylon hook link or a long 12 to 18 inch braided hook link with a slow sinking wafter. What type of dog is the carp dog? He's a Parsons Jack Russell. Jet ski Jimmy, nice little joke there. Paul Jarvis says, changing mainline to a fluoro, thinking of the Rich Monkey one, any views on it? I haven't used it, so I can't really tell you if it's any good or not. I suppose there'd be goods in here, there'd be guys in here who'd be able to tell you, Paul. John Tinsley says, what height do you fish your hinge stiffies? All depends, probably standard is probably 2.5 inches to 2. I wouldn't go any lower than 2. Luke Wick says, what's the best ground bait to use in the winter? Something that's not very oily. I mean, things like salmon oil and that. If you've got hemp oil in it, yes, not things like that. But the best ground bait I would use is to crush up your boilies into like, God, that's him. He's about again. He's banging the biped and everything. Look, see his tail now. H. Noble says, where would you put your putty on a hinge stiff rig when fishing a pop-up? I'd put it on this swivel from the stiff section right at the swivel. Wait, go on. Up you come. I've never seen him, sir. Zip it up again so he keep warm. Mike Blake says, you're not a fan of the troddy then? I used it years ago before it became popular, and I've just found it's become more and less effective, but it will, like all rigs, they go around in cycles and it will become effective again. Andy Gow says, great bit of kit is the Tempest. I used his Tempest there the other day for the first time. Yeah, they're not bad, are they? Twin skin or single skin for year-round use? Year-round use, I'd have to go over single skin. But just for winter, it'd have to be a twin skin. Can't use a twin skin in the summer, I'd just get too hot. I'd just like an umbrella in the summer. Just got to give him, he wants another bloody look. He wants one of these. Now he's had one, that's it. He won't rest till he gets another one now, look. Go on in. Go on in. £200 Tempest, that's right, Dominic, yeah. Raymond Ellis, lovely. Gold, lovely Raymond. Yorkshire Tree Gold. Evening Stephen Hignett, good to see you. Evening Farron White, 146 people in the house. Oh, what's let's have a let's get rid of Marcus. Let's get rid of Marcus. There we go. See you later, Marcus. Marcos, should I say? Remove. Here we go. I've had a look in the new catalogue, Fox 2008, yet some nice new things. Oh, I haven't seen the new catalogue yet. The dog does eat better than me, Simon. Look, tail in again, look. Never seen him so active. Tail. Coming in. Yeah. He dropped a bit of his butt. Look, it's all you want, a tail on a live feed, isn't it? There you go. Any bite alarms you would recommend under 60 quid? Some of the Fox ones, I think it's the MX Pluses or the MXs, they're pretty good for the money. There you go, Brian Mills, thanks a lot. Share the love, hit the like, hit the thumbs up button, guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you care. No, Dominic, the carp dog, he doesn't get Yorkshire tea. Derek McCall, thanks for popping in, mate. Bless him. LJ Beats says, been watching your vlogs, great videos, thank you very much for the kind words, LJ. Yeah, someone else said ProLogic alarm is good alarms. How about the little Witchwood alarms as well? They're meant to be quite good. Bit of a tail on the live feed, yeah. Ben Wallace, I'm good, thank you very much. Basil Brush, I should have named it. For tonight, I should have, yeah. Jason White, hi to you as well from me and him, the carp dog. Look at him there, look. Oh, he's up. He's raring to go now. That's it. As soon as I give him one snack, he thinks he's getting about 50 more. Bless him. Look, can you hear him? He's going, he wants another snack. He knows he's got me now. That's it. Keep me quiet. Got to have one of these. Look, that's it. Look, he's out. Look, he's out. Watch, look. Better give it to him. Next sirens are pretty good, yes, Dominic. Yeah, I agree. Jamie Griggs, thank you very much. Kurtz Evans says, what's the best lake you've ever fished? Oh, blimey, Save Lake, I'd say. Just enjoyed being there. Carp Dog is 7 years old, Andy. Hannes from Max says, are you using the Summit pod stand tonight? I'm using the new low profile one. Like I've said before, I don't like pods. They just don't interest me. The big long legs and even the shorter legs and all that. But this low profile one, it's so low and compact and low to the ground that it's just nice. You put all your rods together. If you like that type of thing. Some guys, they like the big pods and that. Carp Dog's been a nightmare. Can't you hear him? Because I've given him a couple of treats now. You think that's it. He's going to get more. All gone. All gone. $159 people in here tonight. Appreciate you all being here, guys. George Nutribait's team says, what do you think of the new Fox alarms? Looking at them, they don't look as nice as the old NTXRs, that's for certain. Mandy Hunt says, how do you fish in thick weed on a troddy rig? What I tend to do, if I'm fishing a trod in really thick weed, I tend to put that end bead up as far as I can. So you let it go into the weed, depending how deep it is, and the chod will float up and just settle down on top of the weed. Barney's on a roll. He's there now. If you could hear him, you probably hear him going, Hear him, look. Thinks he's getting more. He ain't getting nothing. Morgan, evening as well to you, mate. Yeah, me and the Carp Dog were good. What's with the cup? Well, schoolboy era. I left me black chicken cup at home. Can you hear him? Can you hear him? He thinks he's getting more food. That's what it is. So he starts complaining that I'm not feeding him. No. Starts complaining because I'm not feeding him. Yeah, as I was saying, I left me cup at home, so I've had to find this in the back of the van. Thanks, Ian Smith. Thanks for the really kind words, mate. Evening, Lenny B. Good to see you, mate. 160 people in the house. Half an hour in, halfway through. When is everyone out next? You going out the weekend, guys? Put down where you're going fishing and when you're next getting out. Justin White says, Leon, can you recommend a good, reliable mainline? £15 GTHD. You've also got Fox, Gardner's Pro Light, that's good. Dower Sensor, if you want a budget. You've also got ESP Synchro. All four of them lines are good lines. You out Monday, Brian, if your knee allows? I hope so, anyway. What's the next gadget, Carpy Steve? Oh, I don't know, really. Carp Fishing Dreams. I better feed him till he takes a chunk out of me. No, he'll be all right for a minute. Ian Smith's going Saturday Syndicate. Elfix the weekend. Can't wait. I bet you can't, Sean. Maggots is a good one down there at the moment, I've been told. Sean, get on the maggots down there. Colin Osbald's out for a day session on Saturday. Good luck. Let us know you get on, Colin. Shimano Technium, Lenny B says there's a line. That's not a bad line, actually. Yeah, I'll give you that. Thursday, local runs water. Dave Booth. Good luck, Dave. January the 26th, Lakeside View, Devon. Farron White's going out. A little way to wait there, but you're clucking to get out. Evening, Ron Busby. Good to see you, mate. Oh, he's going to Spiderhall Fish with Snodloan, which will become a syndicate the 1st of June. No problem, Justin. Carfish Dreams out tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, Dominic Carter's getting out. Fox Talk. Daiwa sensor range or Gardner Pro Light? Yeah, I like the Pro Light Daiwa sensor. Haven't used the Fox Talk though, Dominic, so I can't really tell you. It's Noble says, I've been having trouble putting my made up rods in my rod bag. Is there an easy way of putting them in? It's quite difficult. If you're using a tight one, your rods are really tight. You may end up snapping the tip off or something. Try and buy a bigger rod, a bigger rod bag. Little boy to Liam Dixon there, little shout out. He loves his fishing. He's only 9 years old and he's the future of our fishing. Little shout out to you, Liam. Mike Blake, yeah, I bet you can't wait for spring to arrive. We'll be trickling a bit of bait. I'm good, Martin. Good to see you. Luke Adams has been fishing a small lake for around a year. He's tried other things, but only wafters with a spread of boilies have seemed to work. Any thoughts? It could be just the way they're feeding. If you're doing a spread of boilies and they're coming along and they sounds like they're really clued up, these fish, they're just picking it up, and then they pick up your wafter and it's totally different to the others. So they've been regulating the suck on the other baits, bump the wafter, and that's how you get your bites. I bet if you put a normal bait on, you probably won't get as many bites or nowhere near as that wafter. Carpet Rolls is out next week. Bluebell Lake Saturday for Edward. Yeah, I'm good, Martin. I'm getting along great. No fish yet though. Oh, Morgan's got full of flu. Can't be Steve O says, can you tell Ben Wallace to get some rods and reels so he can go fishing? Jess Fitters on a windswept 300-acre reservoir. Absolutely love it. Hi Graham Rowland, good to see you in, mate. Always appreciate you coming in. I appreciate everyone coming in these live feeds. Always appreciate your input, like I do with everyone's. Simon Ward, that new heater. I didn't bring it with me this week because I think I can't really see the point of it. You might as well just have your gas heater on just to heat up the bivvy. Holden Pond, the BMX on, he's going. Lenny B, he's grounded. He's got to do DIY first. Comes to all of us, Lenny. Yeah, Daiwa Sensor's a really good line for the money. Yep, Sean Saunders tried. I mean, it works for me in the winter. A little pop up with a little maggot cluster on top. Definitely, it's a good. It's just, it breaks up the normal roundness, and it's just a different size, and it looks like something's living out the top of it. Breaking strains, 11 to 13 pound Fox Talk. If you need to step up or down a small amount, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it, Dominic? Evening, Darren Holmes. Good to see you. He's thinking of giving Sandhurst a bash next month. How's it fishing, and do you have any tips? Darren, it's been fishing on and off. It seems to be when you get a windy time, it seems to fish well. Now it's flat calm, it's not fishing very well. It's very hit and miss. I mean, I'm fishing singles, Darren. It depends on if you arrive and they're having a bit, put a little bit of bait in. If not, I'd fish singles and try and find them. Nice little tip there, Ian. The old glow sticks, they keep the vermin away when you're fishing. No way, Carp Fishing Dreams. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in, mate. Daiwa longbow rods, Luke Toner. Yeah, they're not bad rods. They're all right. Colin Osborne says, really good bit of information here. Has anyone looked at the Tackle Box Guide to Breaking Strains? Interesting read, yeah. Always look at that. When I always decide on the line, or someone recommends a line, I always go and see the Tackle Box breaking strains and what the actual breaking strain and the actual diameter of it is. Really depends on where you're fishing, Ben, and your budget, what rods you'd like. Carpet Rolls is out next week for 48 hour this Friday. Yeah, Paul Butler can't wait to get out. Martin Gorbis just says, what do you think about fishing with shorter rods? Yeah, I mean, I just use 12 foots or 10 foot sometimes. Andrew Crosley said it's freezing up north tonight. He's in his bag like the carp dog. Fortunately, we've got a bit of milder weather, 7-8 degrees tonight. Carp dog's up, yeah, Mr. Goodsey. Evening, John Boyd. Evening, Steve Fox. Even Joe the fish, see, he's gone back in now because he knows he's not going to get no food. LJ Beat says, getting back into carp fishing, can't wait to get out there. Have you fished in Essex much? I have. I've fished quite a bit. I fished the Manor and various other waters over there over the years. Carper Roll says, what would you use when plastic is banned like on this syndicate? I would use proper sweet corn or proper maize. Yeah, those big southerlies do stir them up, I think, Mike. I think you're right. No luck, I'm afraid, Darren Green. Stringers, no, it's a bit of a forgotten thing for me, stringers. Really good way of just delivering 2 or 3 baits with the PVA. But it's something that I don't see a lot of people using very much. But how many guys on here use stringers? No problem, Darren. What rods do I use, David Bell? I use the old Lion Carp rods, which aren't around anymore. The Fox EOS 10,000 reels, yeah, they're not bad reels. Yeah, thanks, Brian Mills. Yeah, definite, Dominic. The tackle box breaking strain test, you won't find better actually. For finding out better line you're going to purchase or you have. Manny Hunt says, do you do hoodies in pink? Yes, we do ladies hoodies. Get yourself over to www.leoncarper.com and there's a range of ladies hoodies in there, and one of them is in pink, and there's another one in burgundy red, I think, and your normal other colours. Never fished near Doncaster or fished in Leeds. That's quite near Doncaster, isn't it? Leon, what are you reasoning behind those big southerly winds? The carp seem always feeding these kind of winds. Increased oxygen levels, I think, Mike. Martin can't go carp fishing for 2 months. His mum stopped him. He's doing his GCSEs. There's always time to go carp fishing. You've got to get them exams done first, Martin. Chickpeas, yeah, they're a very good underrated bait as well. Oh, John Boyd had a 22 pounder this weekend in the freezing cold. Well done. Rooster Elthorpe says, hi, little short rods are okay as long as you have long arms. Yeah, make it right. You haven't missed very much, Barry. Just the normal sort of questions and people in the group answering. It's been great. It's been a good feed tonight. Lots of people have been helped with stuff. Yeah, that might be an idea, Ian, at some point. Have I ever fished Orchid Lakes? How would you fish it in spring? Keep up the good work. Chris Robson, never fished it. It's always been on my list to go and fish Orchid Lakes, Chris. But I've never actually got round to fish it. I would say probably, I think you can be very swimmy on there. Only certain swims fish at certain times of the year. Probably to speak to them when you go up there. Small bags of boilies, less tangles. Yep, Graham. Yep. Yep, little shout out to Bethany Green now. I'm good, James. Good to see you. I'm Morgan. I got them directly from Lion Carp. Cromwell Lakes. Yeah, I think that's quite a good venue. It's been around quite a while, Lenny B. Carping on with Kev. Yeah, I'm good. Good to see you, mate. David Eatock. Good to see you, mate. David Eatock says, hi, Leon. What's your thoughts of freezer versus shelf life boilies? I don't think there's a lot in it anymore. You know, with technology and the preservatives they use now to make the shelf life and to preserve them, there's not a lot of difference in the heart. There used to be a lot of bitter tasting and that, but what probably guys don't realise is a lot of the bait companies, the freezer bait has preservative in it anyway. You think about it, they make it and then they ship it out to the shop. They've lost a day or a couple of days before it gets there, so they always put a little bit of preservative in there, only a small amount. So you're probably not even knowing it, but your freezer baits are already shelf life baits anyway. Ben Wallace says, Cromwell Lake is a really nice lake. He's been there last year. He's now making it his #1 fishing place. There you go. Yeah, have I ever fished Crow Green Fishery in Brentwood? Huge carp and even bigger cats up to 120 pounds. Ever fished it? I don't think I have, no. That's not good, James, is it? You haven't been fishing for 9 months. Hope your mother gets better. Clifford Jarman, here's one with the stringers. if you don't think it's a good, well, it might be, well, it's a very good underrated tactic. He fished with stringers last week at 5 carp to 16 pound from his local lake. Old school, always worth a try. I totally agree, Clifford. Stringers, you know, they're a good tactic, very underused. Never fished Hazelden, the BMX ollies. Carlo Barrero, shelf life, powdered egg. Yeah. Paul Jarvis says, is there a list of winners from your live feed before Christmas? Oh, blimey. Where would that be? I might still have it indoors. I might still have it, Paul. Some lakes have a ban on shelf life. I think it's a ploy to get you to buy their freezer stock. Yep, you're probably right, Lenny. Yeah, Colin Osborne on today with now technology. Shelf life to me is as good as freezer bait. I think it's all in the mind. It is with me anyway. I like frozen, don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of difference. I think it's all in my mind. I've just always used frozen. Now I use shelf life as well, and it hasn't affected me the catch rate, that's for certain. Yep, Carlo, for freezer baits, not all companies use real eggs though, but real eggs are better than powdered eggs, that's for certain. I have fished Horseshoe Lake quite a few times, many years ago, Dean. Lovely place. Paul Butler says, where would you fish if you come to the Midlands and why? Well, I will be fishing in the Midlands come next summer. I should be fishing a lake near Peterborough, so I should be up there. Simon Wake says, even Leon, what's your thoughts on sonar fish and feature finders? They're just another tool to be used, like a bait boat, like a rod, like a catapult, like a throwing stick. They're just another tool to be used by someone who wants to use them. You don't have to use them. I don't particularly use them. Never been down Devon fishing, Farron. Yeah, you won't go far wrong, Aaron, with the shelf life. Thomas the Tank Engine, good to see you, mate. Good to see you in here. Freezer bait, yeah, Graham. I mean, I'm definitely a freezer type of guy. What do you guys use? Do you prefer freezer bait or do you prefer shelf life bait? And do you think there's a difference? Put them down in the comments there, guys. Dave Torek says, Leon, how much is the postage and packaging from your website shop if ordering more than one thing? It's all the postage is the same. It's free. The postage is all included in the price. Deeper Pro's a good bit of kit if used right. I mean, everyone's going to use it for a different thing. Would I fish Baden Hall? Probably, Graham. Yeah, I mean, probably. I'm not really too sure. I fished frying-ins. I think I did one night there as a guest many years ago, Peter. Nice lake, some good fishing there, especially now they've taken out the crayfish. Evening, Tommy Tucker. He had a Terry Wogan on Sunday night, blankety blank. Lake was 3/4 away frozen, not even a line, a combi rig, stiff inch, and a dreaded chod rig. Yuck. Keep on keeping on, Tommy. Here happened. Paste wrapped around the boilie. Yeah, that's a good one. Welford Pool near Horseshoe. Never fished that. Call to go, Daniel says. What's my thoughts on that? It's not something that I'd use, Daniel. Thomas the Tank said he's going to Willows Lake this season. There's 550s in there. You must have heard of it. It's absolutely maggot dominated and worms, but I want to try something different. I fished it probably about 5 or 6 years ago, Willows in Leeds. I did 2 nights on there. I caught a couple and I lost a really big fish. Brian Mills uses his own. Yep, Brian Mills certainly knows his stuff about ingredients and bait and things like that. That's for certain. Ben Osborne fishes a small stringer, uses small mesh ties, them tight, so they pop off each other's spread. Yep, good tactic, Ben. Can you hear him again? Look. Can you hear him? I'm getting the evils. He's bang on it, he is, bang on it. Try and catch up with some of your messages, guys. Oh, just going too quickly. Brian Mills says, when you think about it, Leon, everybody uses pop-ups, uses shelf life baits. Yeah, I'll make you right, Brian, 100%. Stephen Brom says, hi Leon, going to France soon. Want to up the size to 30mm. what hook style and size do you recommend? Oh, I mean 30 mil, I'd probably, that's quite a big bait that is, I'd probably go for a size 4. I mean, I use size 4s anyway for most of my fishing. John Crew, I think it could just be you, mate, because I'm pretty sure everyone can see me. Paul Tyson says mainline cell only comes in freezers. Does it? I thought it come in shelf life as well. Well, that's something I've learned today. Thanks for that, Paul. Paul Butler says, I like whatever puts me fish on the bank at the time. I use both plus my own bait. Yep, fair play. Sean Castle says he thinks Welford Pools was closed after the owner died. Could well be, Sean. Deleuze says, hi Leon, selling my Tempest Brolly, need bigger. Do you recommend a V2? Good size and quick to set up. Oh, Tempest Brolly's quite big anyway, isn't it? V2's very good. I must admit, I'm very impressed with it. I really do like it. It's Noble says, would you love to have your own carp lake? Wouldn't every carp angler love to have their own carp lake? God, that's the dream, isn't it? That's the light at the end of the tunnel one day. Mr. Cutsy, give him a treat it's like it. I just did. Yeah, he's out of sleeping bag, Darren. He's playing up tonight. No, he's not liking me bent at the moment. Wayne Pettigrew, good to see you, mate. Shelf life, I bet my wife kicked me out of the kitchen. Yeah, Ron Busby says he likes freezer baits, but he always takes shelf life as backup. That's what I do. I somehow mix the two together just for my own mind, and there's no difference. I'm good, MJ Moore. Good to see you, mate. Kevin Ralph, Crazy Kev. Good to see you, mate. Dave Booth, I shall be using a Brian Mills mix this season. Thanks for the input from him. Yeah, as I said, he knows his stuff. Be good to see how you get on, Dave. You can always, when you come back on the live feeds, let us know how you're getting on with Brian's bait. He's got plenty of treats stashed in the bag there. Kevin Marshall says, how many times would you refreeze a freezer bait? Probably twice, I'd say. No, I bet not many people use donkey chokes on the hair. Graham, if I told you one of my best looking fish, the wood carver from Horton, was caught on a 50mm bait, the size 4 hook, 50mm bait. That's crazy, isn't it? No problem, Martin. Good for popping in, mate. Ian Smith said better results with shelf life. Evening Groove and Cat, good to see you. Almost 200 people in the feed tonight. Yeah, David, it is a nice bit of kit, the low profile pod from Summit. I wouldn't say it unless it was. Oh, that's a strange one, isn't it, Dominic? You'd think they'd make a shelf life sell, wouldn't they? Tommy Tucker says, are you putting in much particles this time? I'm not. If the fish were feeding properly, Tommy, I'd have particles out there. I'd have 4 or 5 spots over the 3 baits, but I'm just fishing singles because not a lot's happening. Frozen peas or tinned? Got to be frozen peas, Rooster, isn't it? I haven't got the winter skin for the V2 jet skis, Jimmy. I've got the skull cap. Mike Blake says he's being honest here, lads. He says he uses solar baits as a field tester and also mainline baits as his buddy is sponsored by them, and he's found the mainline just edged it last year. Not a massive difference though. Mike, most guys know as well as I do, most of the baits made now, 99% of the baits made now will catch your fish. You know, they've all got good ingredients in, they're all good baits. It's just what you as a person feels confident in. If it's solar, stay with it, because that's what you've got confidence in. If it's mainline, if it's sticky, if it's SSP baits that I use, whatever, it's the confidence thing, because most baits will catch fish. You catch them on tigers, sweet corn, maize. You know, a lot of the time the bait and the packaging and that is to catch the angler. Tom Maskell says, have you ever made your own boilies? I've made hook baits. I do that quite a bit. Richard Woodford says, yes, Leon, what's for tea? I had a nice bit of steak tonight and vegetables because I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. I've lost 2 pounds since the 1st of January. Best Buvet Bivilion. Check out some of the Cyprinus carp. They're doing some really good deals, and they're the same as one well-known brand. Evening Carp Rigs and Silk Pigs, good to see you. Oh, it could be Dominic, yeah, it could be. Yeah, Mad Baits make a very good bait, Mike. I know Mark Leonard very well. It's a good bit of kit as well. I do make my own pop-ups sometimes if I'm doing corkball ones. But if I just want, like I'm using now, straight out the tin, the SSP fluoro washed out white and pinks, the pop-up mix is just the best you can get. You know, they're pop-up for ages, and they're not hard, they're soft, so they take a flavour on really well. I know Graham Dodge, I know Mike Wilmot very well. Yeah, he still owns Essential Carp Baits, as far as I'm aware, Graham. Carpdog has worn his sweater, yeah, look. Where is it? Where's it gone? Here he is, look. He's even got, look, he's even got his name on the back of it. Lovely. Thanks to Nick Warner for putting me on to these people. His little Carpdog coat. He thinks he's going for a walk now. Hi Michael Pierce, good to see you, mate. What you seen, what you had? I haven't had anything, I haven't seen anything either. Favourite rig for PVA bag in the winter? I don't, as a rule, Chris, use PVA bags, but if I was to, I'd have a supple braid in there. ABS, they're quality baits. Like I said, most baits are quality baits. It's just what you've got confidence in. No problem, Graham. Be lovely to ever take on a live feed, Ben. Remember, I think the very first live feed we ever done, when I was fishing the lake up in Peterborough, when I was fishing zigs, we had a take live on the stream. Jet Ski Jimmy said, what's the super chat on here? The super chat is if you want to donate to the channel. What it does, it comes up. I think I've had one super chat a couple of weeks ago, and it just, if you just want to donate and support the channel. And also, if you're doing a lot of super chats or a lot of questions, it highlights, and for like £1 or £2, whatever it is, or 50 or whatever it is, that will get you recognised more, and your question will get answered quicker. It's what the gamers use and that. Some of the big gamers, they use the super chat quite a lot. Luke Adams says the lake is also normally full by match hangers, but I don't see many carp hangers, but the carp are still really weird with things like pop-ups. Yeah, I agree, Luke. Brian Mills, supper braid and a basic complicated rig with double 12mm bottom bait, about 1 inch apart, nails them every time. Yeah, I think, good call, Brian. Tom Maskell says, have you ever fished anywhere down south? Yeah, I fish down south all the time. Yeah, I've got to agree, Fang Twister's a good hook. Does twist really well on a carp's mouth. Yeah, Luke Adams, I would use what the match legs are using as well, Mike Blake. Good call there. Definitely. I would go really small with small baits. Steve Wayne, love it. And a fluffy creature comes everywhere, mate. Yeah, he loves it. He loves it. Look, he's having a little siesta. We managed to turn it off. How do you donate? You just hit the super chat button and then it'll ask you for an amount, Chris. We had one last week, I think a couple of feeds ago. Someone, you put your question up and you donate like whatever the amount is, and then you get your question answered a lot quicker. It's what the gamers use when they've got loads of it's really. I mean, mine goes around pretty quick, but theirs must spin around like crazy. Just holds it up there for a longer time. Yeah, the particle and the maggots, Luke, but the bream, they will have it all. Thanks, Darren Robinson. Says it's a great show. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys coming in here. You know, we've got about 5 minutes left, guys. Thomas the Tank Engine says, what fluoro do you use, Leon, for your leaders? He uses 80-pound Fox Illusion, but I have it getting in some chinks in it easily. I use Gardner Mirage, or I do use the Fox Illusion as well, but I change it about every 3 weeks. Yeah, Pepperami's a really good one. Good call there, Mike. Definitely. Pepperami, the spicy one, the hot one. That's a really good winter bait, that is. The Pepperami spicy. The square rig is out. Can't be Chris. That picture on there, that's not the square rig. I'll post up a picture there. I will post up a picture tonight on the Only Takes One Bite of the square rig. I promise you. That isn't the square rig, that's the lamppost rig. Ooh, are you cold, mate? Up normally in the bag, Steve. Yep, see you Saturday. Got him in Carter. Ben Wallace, go mate. Mrs. Ed's dinner. Good for you. Yep, see you later, Gareth. I'll try to hit Snowball. Yeah, crank chods. That's a good way of fishing them, Dominic. No problem, Darren Holmes. Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate all of you popping in. Oh, Daniel Cartwright had a 36.70 ounce the other day. Amazing fight. Oh, yep, guys. Was that the time? Oh, yes. We're going to go and listen to the football. Bristol versus Man City. Right, guys. I'm going to call it a night here. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate it. Look, over 200 people in the house tonight. Thank you very, very much for popping in, making this feed what it is. It's all about you guys, and I appreciate you coming in here and helping me answer everyone's questions, and the information we get, me and you, is just brilliant. I will see you Saturday for Saturday's live feed. That will be from the man cave. That will be from the office. Thank you ever so much, guys, for popping in. Have a brilliant Tuesday night, and I'll see you, as I say, I'll see you for the next video. See you later, guys. Thanks for making it an enjoyable live feed.